Another fitna that took place and divided the people, which played a big role, was in the year as well, from the beginning of that time, 2001. The fitna of Adnan al-Ar'ur. Adnan al-Ar'ur, a Syrian, where at that time criticism was made by a number of scholars concerning this individual and some of the things that he has come with that goes against the Salafi methodology. So Ali Halabi, he was asked in that year 2001, what do you see regarding this individual? At that moment he says, ليس عندنا من جديد بعدما ذكره وتكلم به كثيرا فضيلة أستاذنا الشيخ ربيع والأمر كما قيل إذا قالت حذامي فصدقوها فإن القول ما قالت حذامي. At that time he acknowledges what Sheikh Rabi' at that time wrote regarding Adnan Arur, and he says this, it is like as he said. So you would see at that moment that this man Adnan Arur, Ali Halabi acknowledged his errors. That's how it started. And there was a number of scholars at that time who would warn from him, Sheikh Salih Fawzan, Sheikh Abdul Muhsin Abbad, and many other. But we're going to see Ali Halabi, how he played a role in this fitna with some of the stances that he had.
كما ذكرت لشيخنا الألباني حفظه الله شيئا من حجج الشيخ ربيع في الرد على عدنان ونقده، قال هذه أمور حق يجب على عدنان أن يجيب عنها بوضوح ولا يكتفي بمجرد القول أو مجرد أن يقول إجمال وتفصيل وعموم وخصوص إلى آخر هذه الكلمات التي قد لا تصلح ولا تنفع في مثل هذا.
So here there's another audio just to show he's the one that acknowledged the errors and the mistakes of Adnan Arur, and we're going to mention some of these mistakes so some of the people could know the situation of this individual. We'll play here what Sheikh Salih Fawzan said about this individual. And despite him acknowledging these errors and these mistakes, where he even mentioned that Sheikh Albani acknowledged the reputations against him, he continued to go and do muhadarat along with him and support him, disregarding all those warnings and what he used to acknowledge.
وبعدين أظهر ما عنده هنا الآن ومن يعني نصيحة أخيرة تفطر دروس أم لا؟ يعني هنا يأتي إلى أوروبا، فهل يعني تنصحون الشباب السلفي بحضور دروسه؟ أنصح الشباب السلفي بمقاطعته وعدم حضور دروسه وأمثاله. بارك الله فيكم وأحسن إليكم. السلام عليكم. حياكم الله.
So here Sheikh Salih Fawzan, when he was asked about this individual, he asked if he could attending his lessons. He says, I advise that the youth cut him off and boycott him and his likes and not attend his duruses. But this man, Adnan Arur, caused so much of fitna and divided the people. But with all of this, Ali Halabi continues to say that this man, Adnan Arur, is not someone to be warned from. He gives talks with this individual where he gave in the year 2012 regarding the Syria revolution, the Thawra. He goes on a broadcasting channel with Adnan Arur encouraging the Thawra, the revolution. And we're going to listen to Adnan Arur at the side of Ali Halabi. They're sitting together.
ليس لكم أيها الشعب أيها المسلمون أيها المجاهدون إلا أن تصبروا على ما أنتم فيه وأن تتواصوا بالحق والصبر فيما يزيدكم عند الله تبارك وتعالى رفعة ويزيدكم في دنيا الناس ثباتا بتوفيق الله ومنته.
So here Ali Halabi, he addresses calling out the Mujahideen in Syria, to be firm, and encourages them about what they're upon, and also this revolution. And then Adnan Arur right beside him, and Ali Halabi is acknowledging all of this on the channel. You can see.
المبارك فأسأل الله عز وجل أن يبارك في هذه الثورة وأن يبارك في نتيجتها. الله أكبر.
We're going to see it's as if it was a day of Eid. Adnan Arur celebrating so much about the revolution of Syria. La ilaha illallah. Ali Halabi is sitting there and encouraging this. And he's saying, Allahu Akbar, may Allah bless this Torah. How many blood has been shed? How many people have lost their lives? How many things have been destroyed? And no type of regrets, no clarification. All of this, it was to see that regarding this affair. And I'm going to play here an audio of Adnan Arur, just so people can see some of his stance when this Torah is happening. This Adnan Arur is the one that praised Daesh at a time and said about them, ISIS, that they are truthful and they have ikhlas. And then later on, when he was asked and confronted about this, he denied it. But alhamdulillah, the person who was asking actually had the audio. So he brought it out, and then right there, Adnan Arur requested that the person be cut off from the broadcast because he exposed Adnan Arur and his lie.
يقول إنك كنت تمدح الدواعش. تفضل. سأتلطف معك وأقول لك كذب ولعنة الله على من أسس داعش ودعم داعش مالا وإعلاما.
So you can see, he clearly says a lie. And he says, may the curse of Allah be upon Daesh and these affairs and whoever supports them. And this is totally denying what the reality of what he did. We'll see.
وهذا كذب. أين أنا مدحت داعش؟ تفضل.
أين؟ الآن أقول لك أين؟ أنا أؤمن أن 99% من إخواننا في داعش 99% من إخواننا في داعش أو إذا قلت 99
طيب يا أبا عامر الشيخ.
So the person actually who's calling in plays the audio where he says 99 of Daesh and he starts praising them. So then, and you can see on the video that Adnan Arur quickly asks the host of the broadcast to cut the questioner off. You can see that. It was reality. All you could have done is recant and clarify your mistake, but he wished to pursue in that.
الشيخ قد نكتفي بما انتظر يا معولي شيخنا.
And this is actual audio. You can see it.
99 من إخواننا في داعش مؤمنون مسلمون صادقون مسلمون صادقون مخلصون جاءوا للدفع سواء كانوا من داخل سوريا أو من خارجها جاءوا ليدافع.
So he says 99 of Daesh, of ISIS, they are believers, Muslimun, truthful, sincere. They came to remove the oppression. Look at this. These are words of praise for the Daesh. And he denied it. As well, he has some other speech supporting Jabhat Nusra and supporting them. So this is the man that Ali Halabi is sitting along and supporting the whole revolution of Syria. And we're going to see more of, inshallah. And here another audio I'm going to play just to show that through these timings, we could probably see that how Ali Halabi maybe got affected with some of his ideologies about certain extremists, maybe by accompanying Adnan Arur. Here Ali Halabi is asked about Osama bin Laden. So here Ali Halabi, when he was asked about Osama bin Laden, he said he's a rajul of wealth, a man of wealth. وعنده غيرة دينية. He has jealousy for the deen. And he said he's not a student of knowledge. He said he found this person, Osama bin Laden, in the media, to the people to speak about him. He says, and the likes of that. And then he goes on to say he became the number one target for America. And he goes, وَبِالتالي يَفْعَلْ مَا هُوَ بِاسْتِطَاعَتِهِ أَنْ يَفْعَلَهُ. And because of that, he does whatever he's capable of doing. And he says, in my opinion, أَنَّهُ مُخْلِص, inshallah. We see him to be sincere. وَلَا نُزَكِّيهِ عَلَى اللَّهِ. We don't praise him before Allah. He says, وَإِنْ كَانَتْ هَذِه الْأُمُورَ التي يفعلها أو تنقل عنه نحن لا نوافق عليها. He says even like these matters that he does or what's been ascribed to him, although we don't cooperate or aid him or support him in this or happy with it, he says كما هو معروف في منهجنا ومنهج علمائنا, as known in our manhaj and the manhaj of our scholars. And this is about Osama bin Laden, a man that the scholars, some of our scholars have referred to him as a shaitan, as an evil doer, as a man that we should not refer to these wordings of praise for him. And so some people, they got confused of what Ali Halabi intended by this. So on the website of Ali Halabi, Kul Salafiyin, some of them said, we asked, is it true that you don't declare Osama bin Laden as an innovator? That wasn't really what the quote was, but they asked a different question. They said he responded by saying, بل أبدعه وقد قدمت لكتاب كشف الأشتار أما في تنظيم القاعدة من الأخطار. He says, rather, I declare him to be an innovator. And I gave a preface to the book clarifying the harm of Al-Qaeda, of the harm that they have. This, firstly, there's no actual reference back to Ali Halabi. Secondly, this is not the issue. It's the issue of mentioning these wordings about an individual that's known for so much evil, as his fare is so light. This could cause the confusion. And also it requires further clarification about what you said. So this is something to pay attention to. As well, another fitna, after the fitna of Adnan Arur, Ali Halabi plays a role in the fitna of Muhammad al-Maghrawi. So we're going to go back as well from how it started in the early 2000s.